السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. Welcome everyone, and inshallah we will continue studying the 23rd word of the second chapter of the book, which is called The Words. So we will continue, inshallah, when we left off last week, and we would like to hear Anne's introduction to our discussion and where we are coming from last week, so that we will combine the last week and this week together, inshallah. So it will be easier for us to understand the text. Please, Anne, go ahead.
Thank you. So we're continuing last week, and this week we will be continuing our discussion of man's two aspects: construction, creation, and good as one aspect. And the second aspect is destruction, non-existence, and evil.
Mm-hmm. So do you say?
This is I find this a very complicated subject, actually. And so Brother Ali asked Fariha to do I had originally asked a number of questions to Brother Ali before this class. My main question was, how is evil stronger than good? And so that in that question ensued a lengthy description of Brother Ali, who then asked Fariha and Asim to produce this very interesting heuristic diagram to sort of explain it. I don't know, Asim, would you want to talk about it? I didn't make the graph, so I can talk about it, but not maybe exactly what we're seeing on the screen.
So you can share what you understood.
I will share what I understood.
Yeah. Then we can ask if, let me see if our Fariha, unfortunately Fariha is not here.
Oh, okay.
So
all right,
you can share if she joins us later on, and then we can ask her.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm going to explain this, maybe not exactly what we see on the screen, but it's similar, that we have four aspects that interact. One aspect is the universe.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you. Which one would you like to really concentrate on? Second one, but still you have.
I had my own, but maybe the second one, not this one, the one right below it. This one. Let's focus on this one. Okay. So there's four aspects that interact when we talk about construction, destruction of the two aspects of the human being. The first aspect is the material side of the universe, which we call one, and then the second aspect is the meaningful or angelic side of the universe. So we have those two aspects that interact with A and B. A is the human body, just the body, and B is the human spirit. So I'm gonna mention that when the human body, which is material, interacts with the material side of the universe, we turn the universe and our existence into meaningless matter. And I further understood that to also include that destruction is limitless. When you turn the universe into meaningless matter, destruction is limitless, and construction is zero. When we talk about the material side, when we talk about the human body interacting angelic side, it's not within the capacity of the body to do that. So that's just void. There's really nothing in that square. Furthermore, we have the human spirit interacting with the material side of the universe, which is where the cursor is right now. And that gives us two options: spirit interacting with the material side of the universe. The option is, number one is, they depend on human choice, free will. Option one is to look at the universe as a letter or mirror. The second option is the universe, again, is only exists as meaningless matter. I don't know if this is clear in this text, but I see two options. One is take the material side of the universe as a mirror or letter, and this is my diagram. I'm down in the lower left-hand corner. I couldn't do what Fariha did. I tried many times. I'm not that expert with the computer, but we're in where the cursor is now. When the human spirit interacts with the universe side, which we do all the time, every single day, we have two choices. We have free will. We can, again, just take the universe as meaningless matter, or we can take the material side as a letter or mirror, but in that case, our construction is limited because I can't create. I'm not the owner. So that's the key for me, was seeing that in that way, construction, i.e. good, is limited. If you look at it in this heuristic way, which I think is, for me, was really helpful. And then we have the aspect of, if you can go up just a little bit, of the human spirit interacting with the angelic side of the universe. Spirit with spirit, in a way. The universe is turned into a meaningful letter, a mirror. And construction is unlimited. This is our human potential. Unlimited. So for me, this helps explain the conundrum I had last week, that evil is stronger than good. Mercy talks about a single evil, which I have in the human body interacting with the universe. A single evil comprises insulting the whole universe, belittling all the divine names. If you reduce yourself to body only, and you interact only with the material side of the universe, your destruction is limitless. Because, and Brother Ali talked about how one spark ignites an inferno, or you cut down one tree that produced hundreds of pounds of fruit. That destruction is immense, even stronger than the good that went into building the house or planting the tree. So the place where good is stronger, which was important to me to understand, was the human spirit interacting with the angelic side of the universe, the meaning side of the universe, and that aspect, the construction is unlimited because we have huge potential or capacity to do good spiritually versus huge capacity to be destructive if you only look at the body side. So that's both of these are similar. Both illustrations are similar, but I had to do this in order to make sense of it myself. So I can continue on not talking about this, but going back to the text.
Excuse me, before going back into back to the text, shall I just add one word here?
Yes, please. This is by no means the end all and be all of this topic. It's just a heuristic device that I use. But please go ahead and add and subtract.
No, this beautifully described here, human spirit, B side, human body A, human spirit B, and also universe. The universe's material side is one, universe angelic side of universe is two. If human spirit, these are stated, if human body interacts with material side of the universe, then human beings become so destructive. Destruction. It means reduces everything to its material value. For example, whatever, you see a fly, you say, it's just a fly. That's it. This is not a message from the creator of the fly. Just a fly, it's an animal. You can, if it is harmful, you can kill it. That's it. Or you eat something, let's say I'm eating an orange. So this is just an orange. I like, finish, done. Reduces no meaning. Whereas human spirit interacts with the angelic side of the universe, he drives the qualities of the material side of the universe, but qualities, which is called angelic side of the universe. What do they refer to? What are they bringing me the news? They are bringing me the news about their creator, their maker. So look at me, how wonderful being I am, which is made by the maker of the whole universe. Like looking at a computer machine, for example, taking one piece, the one piece says, I am functioning here in such a way that I'm interacting with the rest of the whole pieces of the computer. We work together, and each and every piece of the computer is declaring that the engineer of the whole computer is a genius one. Example, you can look how it works. This is just an example. Exactly the same way, every being brings the news about the qualities of their creator. So human being there in this position functions in such a way that through one, let's say, orange or one fly, examining, he understands that the creator of this fly, he must be an absolute being who has created the whole universe. That is why this is called constructive, making, turning the universe, each part of the universe into a meaningful being. So that's what we have to understand from here. Only through belief or not denying, freely examining the universe. What does it mean? These things are so wonderfully arranged, and every being has immense, infinite qualities interacting with each other, depending on each other. No, you cannot take one thing out of the universe and individually, independently examining it. So if I am an, let's say, biologist, take one orange and see how it developed. I am really making a big injustice to the reality of the orange, because orange exists with its tree. Tree exists with its climate and the atmosphere and everything around the earth. The earth exists within the context of the whole universe, uh, ultimately universe, solar system, and goes and goes and goes. So I cannot really separate orange and individually study it. That's what the scientists trick. They say, look, it is developing by itself, but it cannot develop by itself if there was no atmosphere. And atmosphere cannot exist if there was no sun and the earth relationship. What are they talking about? And a human body, this organ developed in this way, but it cannot develop if the other organs are were not perfectly working. It does not develop. They must be all together perfectly existing at the same time. Why do you cheat people? So you cannot say that heart cannot develop if the lung and the liver, digestive system, nerve system, and the blood circulation perfectly work. If the rest perfectly doesn't perfectly work, heart cannot develop because it cannot exist. It cannot be live. It cannot exist as a heart. What are you talking about? Oh, they must be at the same time working perfectly. Don't you see that a piece in the computer doesn't work? The rest of the computer doesn't work. So either you have to change this or fix this piece, or the whole computer is useless. They are all infinitely dependent on each other. Infinitely. You cannot say that, no, the heart may not work perfectly, but lung will evolve into a perfect position. Impossible if heart doesn't work, if brain doesn't work, if nerve system doesn't work perfectly, liver cannot exist and function as a liver. What are you talking about? That it will evolve in a better position randomly. What are you talking about? So this is destruction. Infinite destruction. What does it mean? Infinite destruction, reducing every being, each and every being of the universe to meaningless being. Insulting the universe altogether, therefore the creator of the universe. Insulting, denying, challenging. I'm not going to acknowledge. That is why destruction is infinite in denial. On the contrary, construction is also infinite in confirmation. The spirit, human mind, intelligence, feelings, communicating with the meaning in the existence of every being. Infinitely positive, constructive action confirms the reality. That is the gist of the message. I think Iman, what Iman is, believe in God means. We have to understand the value of belief in God. That is my excitement. I interrupted and I'm sorry. I just
Oh,
shared.
no. This was really good, really helpful. Thank you.
So you go back to the text now.
Okay, I will go back to the text. Okay, so you can go back to the text on the screen, yes.
Okay,
Wait,
we can go back to the text.
yes.
Here we go. Where are we?
Oh,
Yeah. No, which one would you like to
okay.
talk
Here's a
about?
quote that I wanted to read, which is, for those beings have elevated positions and important duties. I don't know if you can find that. Above this human being is, go up a little bit more. Let's see, up a little bit
Yep, I
more.
see it in the for example. If you
Those
go
beings,
down a little bit.
for example. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
Yes, okay. For those beings have elevated positions and important duties. Those beings meaning pieces of the universe, including humans. For those beings have elevated positions and important duties. They are dominical missives, divine mirrors, and divine officials. But unbelief dismisses them from their rank of being mirrors, officials charged with duties and bearing meanings, and reduces them to the level of futility. So I have several things I want to add besides the level of futility, which is to use the seed analysis from Brother Murmur. Um, it reduces us. In other words, a single evil reduces us to a rotten seed, where all the members of a tree are never realized. So the seed has a potential to be a beautiful tree, but it's rotten. So the tree will never ever be realized. Another aspect of a single evil or unbelief is the wastefulness of the human potential. And then the last one is from the text, being playthings of chance. We talked about all of these, and Brother Ali's particularly mentioned the wastefulness of the human potential. And then the paragraph that we should be reading over and over again is the one that's right down here at the bottom where the cursor is. A human being is a, I don't need to read it out loud, but we all need to maybe mark that in our text. That this is our potential. If only we if we allow our spirit to interact with the angelic side of the universe. So in short, I'm coming to the end of this particular text. the evil commanding soul may commit infinite crimes, but the power of good is very limited because I can't create. So I think we already really talked about how those crimes are infinite, how the good is construction is limited if you're only talking about human spirit interacting with the universe. That construction is limited, but when the human spirit interacts with the angelic side of the universe, then the construction is unlimited. And so that's where the text stops and we can continue.
Thank you very much. It's very constructive, this introduction. And also we have to know where we stand in the world. It helps a lot. It helped me anyway. Where am I doing? What am I doing in this world? Am I using my spiritual side, communicating with the spiritual side of the universe, or just taking notes of the amount of money I have, amount of the property I may have, and I try to have. And these are value-wise incomparable with each other. So thank you. So we can continue if our friends are not going to contribute anything more. Okay. I see no movement in the participants. We can continue reading, inshallah, in short.
We didn't talk about,
Yeah.
did you add something from Surah 25? Right below in short, that's where we stopped. There's a surah right there, that one.
This word, 25:17?
Yeah, we didn't talk about God will change their evil into good.
No.
We didn't actually talk about that.
So we will talk about them. As far as my book says, we will start reading from in short. Have you read it?
No, okay, let me do it.
Yeah.
In short, in regard to destruction and evil, the evil commanding soul may commit infinite crimes, but concerning creativity and good, its power is extremely little and partial. Yes, he may destroy a house in one day, while it cannot be built in 100. However, if the soul gives up egoism and seeks good and existence from divine assistance, and if it forgoes evil and destruction, and relying on the soul and seeking forgiveness becomes a of God's, then it will manifest. The meaning of the verse, God will change evil into good, from the Quran, ayah, Surah 25, ayah 70.
Oh.
Its infinite capacity for evil will be transformed into an infinite capacity for good. It will acquire the value of the most excellent of patterns and ascend to the highest of the high.
Yeah. No. And if it goes evil, no. If it forgoes evil and destruction and relying on the soul and asking for forgiveness becomes the true worshiper of God. It will manifest the meaning of this word. God will change their evil into good. So would you like to, would anyone, and of course, Anne, to share any understanding from this paragraph that we read? Or
I found it interesting that if our human spirit foregoes evil and destruction and seeks to understand the angelic side of the universe, where construction is unlimited, how does that change evil and our evil into good? What's the relationship between the foregoing and this ayat?
It's a good question. Now, we are human beings. We are forgetful beings, weak beings, very fragile beings. We human beings are, because we are so finely created with our human qualities that we just we understand everything. We will have this influence of each things that we are interacting with. All this relationship makes the human beings sometimes fall into mistakes, and it may be being negligent, maybe just falling into the mistake. And we do this in our practical life, lots of mistakes, or we may not be aware of what the truth is, and we may just live like an ordinary man who, ordinary living being, living in this world, but not using human spiritual side. So in this case, when I realized that, oh, I have been doing something wrong, or I have forgotten what I should have been doing. I was so negligent. So we say that, oh, I was very angry, or I was so excited. I didn't really realize what I was doing. Now I understand it is wrong, and asks for forgiveness. It means if a human side, ego, forgoes evil and destruction. So my comment here, what does it mean? Took place in the past. This destruction, evil and destruction, took place in the past, or as a result of, oh, our Lord, don't punish us. We forget or make a mistake. Here is the verse. It's very interesting. So when we do something in the past, this is valid in the past. What we have done, something wrong. If I admit it and repent it, turn to the Creator, as the verse says, رَبَّنَا لَا تُؤَاخِذْنَا إِن نَسِينَا أَوْ أَخْطَأْنَا. Oh, our Lord, don't punish us when, both of them, when we forget or make a mistake. When I make a forget, please forgive me, because I am a weak creature. That's what I feel in myself, that we are weak creatures. That's all. We always do something wrong. So the Quran, or our Creator, opens the way for us. Look, if you do something wrong, don't fall directly into despair. Oh, I've done something wrong yesterday, and it is gone, and I cannot repair it anymore. No, Quran says, no, 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 no. It is repairable. Don't worry. As long as you forego evil and destruction, decide to try to do good sides, constructive sides, positive things, the correct behavior, correct understanding. Don't worry, I will forgive it. Plus, now I think this is the beautiful word now. يُبَدِّلُ اللَّهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ حَسَنَاتٍ. God will change their evil into good. Oh, what does it mean? All the things that I have done in the past out of ignorance, out of negligence, out of falling under certain emotional cases. So if I declare, if I accept that I have done something wrong, God says, okay, ask for forgiveness and I will replace it with good. So even there is an hadith narration, as far as I remember, I think it was an hadith narration. I think it was maybe 1% possibility, maybe an ayah, but I'm not sure now. I forgot. If you don't do something wrong, or when you do something wrong, make a mistake, or take an unbelief attitude for some reason, sometimes ago, without realizing, now, and afterwards you realize that what you have done, it was wrong, and turn to me and ask for forgiveness. This, if it is hadith narration, I think somebody may check it from Google, and whether this is an hadith or not. If anyone, if a a group of people does not do something wrong, and after doing something wrong, if they don't turn back to me and ask for forgiveness, I will take these people away and bring in other people. When they do something wrong, have you heard this? There's a friend here. They will ask for forgiveness, and I love asking for the people who ask for forgiveness. This hadith or ayah, do you remember? Ayah. If somebody checks and makes sure, I will be very happy. So you can search in ayah section. I don't want to take your time, but please, those who are good at this search engine. So what does it mean? It doesn't mean that, okay, for example, I live in New York, or hey, Muslim brothers in New York, let's come together and do something wrong and then ask for forgiveness. You cannot do it knowingly. Sorry? Ayah? Hadith. Yeah, it is hadith. Which hadith is it? In any narration? Narrator, Bukhari, Muslim, Nesai, Tirmizi, Abu Dawud. Well, must be one of them. Does it say? Okay. No, okay. It doesn't say. But if you find it, tell us. Otherwise, anyways, our friend here confirmed that it is an hadith. So what does it mean? I was going to, I was trying to make an pick Sahih Hadith, it says, but narrates, which book? Which book? It's a Sahih Hadith, but everyone says Sahih Hadith for everything, yeah. Does it give the reference? Sorry? So, which one? Muslim. Yeah. Muslim Sahih Hadith. Yeah, let's confirm it now. So that is trust, we can trust this hadith, the hadith, Bukhari, Muslim, we can trust. All the hadith scholars agreed that Bukhari and Muslim are, no doubt, they are very precise. So we are comfortable about this hadith. What does it mean? I will take your time, your precious time to explain this. Let's come in New York, Muslims do something wrong and ask for forgiveness. Allah will love it. It doesn't work in this way. It doesn't work in this way. This hadith tells me that you are inevitably going to fall doing something wrong. That is human nature. So try not to fall into despair. Ask for forgiveness. This is more lovable to me than you claim that I'm not going to do anything wrong and I won't need to go and beg God to forgive me. No, I am such an honorable man. That is a sign of pride. It is impossible anyways. That's what he says. This hadith must be understood in this way. Otherwise, we may say that, okay, let's do something wrong and ask for forgiveness. This is obvious a play. It is not human reality. So what I understood from when I studied this kind of things, in my mind, I don't know when it was, I said, oh, this hadith is interesting because this hadith is saying that you never claim that you have not done anything wrong. Impossible for a person. Even the Quran reminds the Prophet saying, why did you do this? May Allah forgive you. The Quran says to the Prophet, look to the Prophet. So corrects the Prophet's mistake, let alone me. So it means we have to admit that we are weak people, but it shouldn't make us fall into despair that, oh, I cannot be a perfect man. No, no, no. This is quite normal. But be careful. It doesn't mean that we should be careless. Okay, I can do everything. And later on in the evening, when I come home, I will ask for forgiveness. That is an obvious play. No, without realizing you did something wrong. Oh, I was so confused with the things and I didn't really control myself, or I just forgot. I just forgot. I was so busy with doing something and I missed the prayer. Oh, the time is over. For example, that is very human. God says, don't worry, don't worry. But sincerely ask for forgiveness, admit that that was a mistake, and this is more lovable to me than trying to be a perfect one so that you won't need to ask for forgiveness. That is arrogance. So I'm not going to ask for forgiveness from God, so I'll try my best not to do. This is a claim, impossible. But it doesn't mean that we should be loose people. Loose means irresponsible. No, we have to be careful, but admit our reality that we may do wrong. We may make mistakes. That is human. This is a good news, especially this verse that we are studying. God will change their evil into good if they ask for forgiveness for their past mistakes. I think that is clear to me now. If anybody wants to ask further or explain or correct my mistakes, I will appreciate it. Would you like to say anything?
Nothing to correct. But I think initially when I heard the text, I was just thinking about the idea that everybody has the capacity for good,
A bit high.
that everybody has the capacity for good, and that capacity can then be manifested into good or evil, depending on the choices that we make. And as you're talking about the verse, I'm thinking about the choice to repent and make Toba and return back.
Turn
the
back to.
Creator.
Yeah, that's what we are encouraged here. Inshallah. Anyone else among our friends in the room? Is it if everything clear and to you as well?
Yes, this is very, very helpful. Thank you.
So we can continue.
Mhm. O heedless man, see Almighty God's munificence and generosity. Although it would be justice to record one evil as 1,000 and a single good deed as one or not at all, he records a single evil as one and a single good deed as 10, and sometimes as 70 or 700, or even sometimes 7,000. You will also understand from this remark that to be sent to hell, which is so dreadful, is retribution for the deed and pure justice, while to be sent to paradise is pure generosity.
Would you like to share something, anyone, about this text? This is interesting to me. Since no one is speaking, I speak. So this is interesting to me. And it seems to be not what the text is saying. Why then the hell so bad is retribution to the deed and the pure justice, while paradise is pure generosity? Why not they are equal? Why not why they are not equal? Why not? I mean, hell, if I do something wrong, I will be punished. If I do something right, I will be rewarded. That is what we think. So why we deserve in reality hell, but it's God's mercy that he gives us paradise, and it is his generosity. It says, I mean, it is difficult to understand at first, but
Can I maybe just say something that occurred to me? If retribution for the deed is pure justice, then paradise as pure generosity is also pure justice. It's weighing more the good than the bad, which is justice. I don't know. I don't know if that's just how I look at it.
no.
Of course, it's justice if the evil is counted as evil and the good is actually multiplied. That's a really feels good kind of justice to my spirit.
Yeah. So Almighty God's munificence and generosity, although it would be justice to record one evil as 1,000. Look at this. It looks like, no, it is not correct. It would be justice to record one evil, not one, no, thousands, although it would be. And a single good deed is one or not at all. Why not? When it comes to evil, the author says you deserve 1,000 times more punishment. And when it comes to good deeds, you deserve nothing. What do you mean? I did something good. Now, let me give in my mind, there is an example. Very simple example. Very simple example. But the simplicity of the example helps me to understand because I am a simple thinking man. So if somebody gives you, imagine now, $100 and says, go and buy something from a grocery shop and take it to the shelter, homeless people there, give it to them. Now, that is your duty now. You got $100, you should go to the shop, buy or the store, and buy and take it to the shelter, a shelter. So you took the money and look at this. It would be justice to record one evil 1,000. Now, you don't buy it. You don't give it, or you pretend as if you are the one who is buying and giving, ignoring who gave it to you. And you try to overtake the ownership of good action to yourself. That is evil. Or not doing it. That is also evil. Why? You are given this opportunity. Why don't you do it? So if you don't really do what you are expected to do, you deserve a big punishment. You really destroyed the purpose of the person who gave you the $100, insulted him. It means you are doing something nonsense. I'm not going to do it. Insulting to the giver. Let's do the other side. The same person takes it, buys from the store, takes it and gives and comes back. What do you do? Thank you. All right. But give me something. Okay, but I will give you, you did something good. I'll give you $1. Because money is mine. Let's say I gave it. So the money is mine. The ability, transportation, I prepared, right? The mind, I made your mind in this way. Your feelings, I made your feelings to love this helping position. All the qualities you did is mine. The money I gave, qualities you have to fulfill this mission, I gave. You deserve nothing, but not denying the position you are assigned to. They give you $1 extra. Do you understand now? When we do something right, we are already created with the abilities to do right. We are already created with the potentials that what needed to fulfill the mission of accomplishment of the right things. We love helping people, don't we? Who gave this sense to us? And I have the power to go. Who gave the power to you? I have the mind to understand that it's a good action. Who gave you the mind? Everything belongs to your creator. You cannot claim anything. What you do something right. Whereas, when you do something wrong, you are betraying the trust. You deserve everything. That is what human mind understand that is reality. What? But on the other hand, Quran comes and gives the news, good news. Look, let's read the good news. Let me read the verse now. I have added to the text because it's a very interesting subject, very real, very encouraging, and also helps us understand how compassionate our Creator, how generous our Creator is. So, وَالَّذِينَ كَسَبُوا السَّيِّئَاتِ جَزَاءُ سَيِّئَاتٍ بِمِثْلِهَا. The translation is, as for those who did evil, it means in our example, everything is provided. Senses, emotions are provided. Minds are provided. Transportation means your body, your power is provided. Money is provided. Food is provided. Everything. Your loving sense of loving, the help is provided. Everything. And you didn't do it. You deserve 1,000 times more than what we expect punishment. Whereas the Quran says, for those who did evil, each evil deed will be recompensed by its equal, not more. Although in reality we may deserve, we can deserve more, but God says, no, no, no. If you do one evil, I will punish you for 1 degree of punishment. Now another ayat comes, another verse from the Quran comes. This is 1 evil, 1 punishment, equal terms, not more, although we deserve more. But God says, okay, I am generous, I make it 1 to 1. Now, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه. Now here, those who believe and do good deeds, it means they really do whatever they are given, the mission, all the qualities and the equipments needed are provided, everything. Now, they do good deeds. It means they do how they are created, already created, are the best creation, best of creation. Those people who do good are the best of creation, God says. Why? They did their duty exactly as I created. But did you add anything to what is already created? No. Got it? You have what you have done is nothing but keeping your own reality functioning without distorting it. That's it. So what is the reward? Their reward with their Lord will be gardens of eternity. It means eternal, infinite times more than what you deserve. When you do good, although you deserve nothing, you just say, okay, you did your mission, that's it. That's what you are created for. So, for example, if you have a car and you put some loads on the car and take it to some place and deliver it, and then do you think the car, if it was a conscious being, give you something? No, you are created for this. You did something, that's it. You did something, and that's what you are created for. It deserves nothing because it is created to carry the loads. Example, But God says, if you don't spoil the way I created, function in the way that you are created for, I will give you eternity of your happiness, under which the rivers flow to stay there forever and forever. God is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Him. Why? Extra. Everything is extra. Paradise is extra. This is only for those in awe of their Lord. It means I should not spoil my reality. That's what the law of this, it means I'm not going to spoil. I have to be very careful. It is translated in some way that the fear of God. No, no, no. Just be careful. Now, I'm created for this purpose. I have to do it because I have been given free will. I may choose not to do it. I may choose to do it. If someone says, no, no, I will be honest to my creation, my reality. So I will fulfill it, accomplish the mission. Then God says, okay, if you don't contradict the way I created, I will give you eternal blessing. If you do break your reality, I will give you 1-to-1 equal punishment, not eternal punishment. So this is paradise is pure generosity. Did my simple example make sense? Or any more questions? The time is up.
No, it makes sense. Now I understand. Thank you.
You are most welcome. So, God's generosity is to be appreciated, inshallah. That's why we should never fall into despair, but at the same time, we should never feel proud of it. God says, okay, if you do it in my name, I will give you infinite paradise. Just not to go against your reality. That's it. We say in these discussions not to contradict your reality. That's what Islam is. That's why some wisdom scholars say Islam is real humanity. Keep your human reality. Don't destroy it. That's it. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Shall we stop here or our friends?
No, because the second remark is the second remark. We should save the entirety of it for next week, I think.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Thank you. So we will have a summary of it as an introduction next week, what we have discussed today, and go directly into second remark afterwards, after your introduction.
Yes, yes.
Understood. Any question? No. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.